All right. Hello and good evening, WFG. So excited that you are here with us tonight. My name is Megan Penley Pickett. I serve as the Dean of Education for the College Coaching Program. I can see I am joined on here by Ryan Gappinger, who is our COO for the Heartland Institute as well. We are going to be presenting our program overview as well as some tips and tricks and the ways that we really see how the program can help you to build your business. So we are recording this. Hopefully we don't have any issues with Zoom. If for some reason we do, bear with us. Everybody and who's anybody is working with Zoom lately. And so we've had a little bit of issues with some of the screen being, what's the word I'm looking for? Fuzzy, a little bit like my brain apparently, but so the screen is a little bit fuzzy, so I apologize in advance for that. Zoom has let their users know that that can happen. There's not much that we can do about that, but hopefully that will figure itself out pretty quickly. But we are recording this, so when and if you want to get a copy of it, or there are people in your office or in your network that you think would be a good fit for the program or want to share what we were talking about tonight, then you can absolutely get that, and we'll be able to send that to you and share that with them. We are also doing the same program, same presenters, obviously different audience members, always changes up the flavor of that a little bit. Tomorrow, so Wednesday, May 20th, I'm so proud of myself that I got the day and the date right. I've not been very successful at that lately. But tomorrow, Wednesday, May 20th at 12 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So 11 Pacific, 12 Mountain, 1 Central, and 2 o'clock Eastern Time. Again, we're presenting that same content. So if for whatever reason you need to jump off, you want to join us again, you want to tell other people in your network, in your office to join us for this, that is also another opportunity for that as well. Okay, I think we're gonna get started. It's right at the top of the hour. Usually my introduction takes a couple of minutes, so folks have enough time to jump on. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I am gonna show you slides. So there may be some points in time where you may wanna take a picture of some of these. You're absolutely able to do that. Like I said, we are recording this, and so you'll be able to get a recording, but we're not sharing this particular slide deck as it stands right now because we're in the midst of presenting it quite a bit. But we will have time for questions and answers. It's typically a little bit easier for the flow of the program and for all of our participants that are on to save those questions and answers until the end. You can put them in the chat. Most of you are probably overly familiar with Zoom right now. Excuse me, but you can put those in the chat so you can type that in. And then we'll also have a live question and answer session at the end. So you'll be able to do both of those. So I am going to get started. Let me share my screen. Make sure you can hear it. All right, give me 1 second. So I'm gonna show, so obviously this is where you're at, the college coaching program, the introductions and benefits, and really the benefits is yes of the program, but also really for you as a consultant, how it can be a foundational building block of building your financial practice, building out your financial center, bringing on additional team members and how that works. And so by partnering with the Heartland Institute of Financial Education, this is a really great program to bring into your portfolio of things that you offer your clients. So we at the Heartland Institute are a national 501c3 nonprofit. This is a huge benefit to us. I mean, this is really our mission, is to promote financial literacy, beginning really and truly with our college coaching program. We're going to talk later on in the presentation about how this can really and truly benefit you partnering with and representing a nonprofit organization as a financial professional. That really does set you apart, and we're going to get into some of that. And so what we provide, not just at the Heartland Institute, but specifically in the college coaching program, we do assign each student a college or university planning coach. They work directly with the student and parents, assisting them with their planning, the admissions process, the financial aid process, especially right now. What are students doing with things changing so very much? And so that's really that is our focus. It's not even a main focus, that is the focus of the college planning organization. And how we do that is a fully online program. Our services are delivered via email, online meetings such as this, and over the phone. And this is not new for us. Since our inception over a decade ago, this has been how we have been delivering content. And so we have spent all of our time during all of the changes with the pandemic in response to the changes that academia has seen, both K-12 as well as higher education, along with the changes that we've seen in business. Obviously, you all know, right? There's little to no contact outside of this virtual world. We haven't spent any time figuring out how are we going to deliver this. We have spent our time building out our resources, providing COVID and education specific resources, developing and putting on webinars. We're doing that constantly, getting in touch with our coaches, all of that. So we have really been able to utilize this time, not figuring out how are we going to deliver this program, but how are we going to continue to enhance it and meet the needs of our current students and your prospective clients. On here is all of our contact information. This is a really great slide to take a picture of. You'll see it again at the end or something similar to that. This is a great email for us, hifecpp@hife-usa.org. I suggest using our email over our voicemail right now, only because, much like many of you, we are out of the office, so we are having a little bit of challenges with our voicemail, but you absolutely can give us a call at 303-597-0197. You can follow us on Facebook. We would love if you liked us on Facebook. Just type in the HIFE College Coaching Program or just HIFE College Coaching Program. You can find out all of the latest information about our program, different programs that are coming up that you can share with your clients, those types of things. And we also have a brand new website that's only a little over a month old. So a lot of the information that we're going to talk about in our program tonight and what our program offerings are and those services you can find on thecollegecoaching.org. So I'm going to show a quick video for those of you who become consultants. This video, along with a cadre of other videos and resources, are available to you as a consultant. So we don't just say, hey, we're so glad you're a part of it, high five, get going. We give you a lot of resources, and this one is particularly designed for you to share with prospective clients, either on an individual basis or on a group basis. It gives a really great overview of the program, and then you can do that personalized follow-up. So I'm going to show this video. It's about 6.5 minutes, and then I'll continue with the program.
What is your plan for college? If this question creates some fear, don't worry, you are not alone. Most people feel like this when faced with the questions that come up around creating a plan for college. At the Heartland Institute of Financial Education, we understand what it takes to create a solid plan and to partner with you on the steps to make your educational dream a reality. The cost of attending college has increased significantly over the last decade. In 2018, the average cost of a public in-state school was over $22,000. Additionally, the national average for the time it takes to graduate is 6.5 years. The cost of this 2.5 years of extra tuition, plus the lost wages a student experiences each year they remain in school, is over $180,000. So why does it take an average of 6.5 years to graduate? There are many factors that influence this, and many of them come back to planning. Planning for the right career, the right major, and the right school where students will not only meet their academic goals, but also thrive as a person. Our high school counselors work tirelessly on behalf of our students. Unfortunately, 478 students is the national average for a high school counselor caseload. Our goal at HIFE is not to replace what your high school counselor is doing, but to supplement it with individualized one-on-one coaching. Sounds like both parents and students need to have a plan for the next steps. Don't worry, the Heartland Institute of Financial Education College Coaching Program is here to help you create the plan that will work for you and for your student. There is never as much time as we think, and time is definitely ticking. If you're starting your freshman year of high school, you have 720 days until college. If you're starting your senior year, you only have 180 days. We want to ensure that students use this precious time efficiently so that they can maximize their options and experience. What a student does in high school determines what options they have when they graduate. By starting early, we can really be clear on their goals and coach them into the best position to reach those goals. Although each year has a different and targeted focus, the overall focus of the college coaching program is to support each individual student in making the best decisions for them and ensuring that they are making the best use of both their time and money. The Heartland College Coaching Program is focused on working with each individual student to co-create the right plan for them and to help them navigate the path to complete that plan. We begin our work with the students with the end in mind. Through the use of an empirically tested assessment, students are given career suggestions based on their interests, skills, and work values. These assessments aren't meant to limit a student, rather give them an individualized and directed starting point to build their educational plan. Many of the services that we provide include the delivery of monthly recommendations based on age and year in school, assist with high school course planning and selection, research college and university options, unlimited essay reviews for both scholarship and college applications, guidance on gaining valuable hands-on experiences, developing a resume to best reflect those experiences, offer direction on financial funding options available to the student and family, including federal and state funding, individual school aid, and private scholarships, grants, and loans, and the final college or university selection. Our coaching team is truly what sets the Heartland Institute's program apart from others. Although each student is assigned an individual coach, they also benefit from the collective wisdom of our coaching team. Each member of our team have an average of over 20 years of experience, a fully vested interest in getting to know both the parent and the student in order to create the best educational plan for that student, and provide the invaluable one-on-one guidance and support that today's student is looking for. Here are just a few of the amazing results that the students enrolled in the college coaching program have experienced. We reviewed over 2,300 essays for both college applications as well as scholarship applications over the last year. 225 of our college coaching program students were accepted into the top 200 universities in the nation. We had over $16 million that were awarded to our college coaching program students in scholarships money, with an additional $184,000 plus that were awarded through the appeals process. Many of our students received full ride scholarships to schools, including Duke University, UC Berkeley, University of Pennsylvania, and University of Rochester. And 97% of our college coaching program students that were enrolled in the program were accepted into their school of choice. Interested in finding out if you qualify for the college coaching program? Answer these few simple questions to find out. Are you committed to following the instructions and monthly roadmaps that's provided to you from your coach? Are you in the 8th grade, a high school student, a transfer student, or an adult or returning student on an educational journey? If you answered yes to either of these questions, then you are a qualified candidate for this program. It's important to know that you must attend an accredited institution to qualify for federal financial aid, although that does not preclude you from being a part of this program. There's also no minimum or maximum income required to qualify for the program. The enrollment fee for the program is $2,695 for the first year and $500 annual renewal fee for any year after that. The Heartland Institute of Financial Education is a national 501c3 nonprofit organization with the mission to promote financial literacy across America. We wholeheartedly believe that this mission begins with our college coaching program. It is our goal at Heartland to help young Americans obtain a college education and to reduce a family's out-of-pocket cost for that education. For more information about the Heartland College Coaching Program, please contact your local college planning consultant. Feel free to visit us at our website at www.hife-usa.org, send us an email at hifecpp@hife-usa.org, or give us a call at 303-597-0197. At the Heartland Institute of Financial Education, we believe that every student deserves a coach, and we can't wait to begin working with you.
Okay. So again, I think it's a really great video. I think we're obviously in the process of updating it. This is around that time of year that we do that. We start updating the statistics for the previous year as well as for the upcoming year. We really highlight the successes of our students in the program, so you can be on the lookout for that. I'm going to go over just some of the points that were made in that video and try not to spend too much time on that. We definitely want to shift into how you can incorporate this. What are some of the ways that you can build your business around it? And so one of the things that was talked about in the video is really how we start with the end in mind. And I do believe that that is one of the things that sets our program apart. Although I have the honor of being the Dean of Education right now, I did actually start with the Heartland Institute a number of years ago as a coach. And so I've gotten to see it from a lot of different angles. And then previously, I had actually been a college administrator and worked with high school into college age students for about 15 years. And so I know that this program works from experience, from understanding this age group of students specifically. And so starting with that end in mind, with that student assessment, really gives them a touch point, a focus point to start their research. It can be really overwhelming. If anybody remembers being asked the question, what do you want to be when you grow up? Right? It's, I want to be a fireman, I want to be a mail person, you know, something along those lines, or whatever mom and dad or aunt or uncle does. And so we give students something to focus their research around. Start with that career exploration, going through the Cooter platform, which is an online platform where we house the assessments, as well as over 2,000 careers and over 2,000 colleges and universities. All of that information is in one place. And you as a consultant can actually get a free login account access to that, so you're able to figure out maybe what you want your next job to be, but really it's so you can become familiar with that program and also utilize that to show your prospective clients the large number of options that are available to them if they join this program. So start with that assessment, move into that career exploration, that guidance. We really start to talk to students about what's that hands-on experience. Right now we're talking to them about what is the hands-on experience look like, so they can get a flavor for what that career actually is, so they're not spending all of their time working towards this career that they then find out later on they're really not interested in. And then we move into the college selection piece, and we want to, and the reason that we do it this way and in this format is because we want students to make sure that the college and university they're looking at has the major or degree program that's going to get them to where they want to be when they graduate college. So that needs to be there. We walk them through the admissions process. We talk to them about how their grades and entrance exams can influence their ability to be accepted into programs. Really help them look at the fit for the school and what's the right fit for them, not just any student. So this is really where you start to see that individualization. And these aren't one step, then two step. We do a lot of these simultaneously, dependent upon the student and dependent upon the student's age. But these are really the cornerstones of what our program has to offer. Here are some of the other benefits to the Heartland College Coaching Program: that one-on-one individualized attention, financial aid navigation, those personal recommendations for the education plan, unlimited essay review for scholarships as well as for college essays, that hands-on experience, which goes back to that career-focused research, to make sure that to the best of their ability, they're figuring out what they like, what they don't like, and so they're able to start making some of those decisions and really focusing that research. And then we help them with the tailored college searches to fit the needs of that student. Not every student is built for a Stanford University or a Texas A&M. Some students are, built for a St. Mary of the Woods College, which is a small Catholic college in southern Indiana that has 300 students at it, right? So everyone's built for different experiences. And so we want to help them find those schools, broaden their horizons, and then really narrow that search. So that's one of the keystones in addition to our program. And like it says in the video, what really sets us apart is that we are a college coaching program. So our coaches are really truly what sets us apart. 20 plus years in the workforce, from education to human resources to hotel, restaurant, tourism management. We're all over the board, which really, really helps our students get a picture for what it feels like to work with professionals, to get different perspectives. All of our coaches are fully vetted and trained. And so although students are assigned a one coach on a one-on-one basis, they do have the benefit of our coaches working as a team, sharing resources, asking those questions, really making sure all the time, but I can definitely tell you that over the past couple of months, there have been a flurry of emails going back and forth about updated SAT and ACT test scores, what's happening in different states when it comes to K-12 and what that looks like for the classes, what colleges and universities are planning to do, which is all across the board. And at the end of the day, we really take this personalized approach with students, really focus their recommendations, their emails, the conversations around what they're looking for, because we are student-focused educators. This is something you may want to take a picture of. And Ryan, my co-host on here, let me know when you were ready to jump in. I don't have slide numbers on here like I thought I would. So as we're talking about that, but this is something that you all may want to take a picture of. Again, it's located on our collegecoaching.org, but this is really exciting for us. These are new options that we have just rolled out over the last month or so. And so up at the top, you can see in that red, we're talking about the comprehensive program. And really everything that we have talked about up to this point is included in that comprehensive program for the current price of $24.95. That is at a current discounted price. But what that does and how it sets it apart from these different options is that the students have unlimited access to their coach. They get additional recommendations, access to special webinars, and it is a 12 consecutive month program at a point when then the family can renew for another year. So everything that we have been talking about has been included in that comprehensive program for that 12 months. The way we have broken our options down is really taken those core pieces of our comprehensive program and broken them out into bite-sized chunks. So each of these options that you are looking at include not the 1 year, but they include a 2-month or a 30-minute session that needs to be concluded in 2 months. And so they are time specific, but for your families who are really starting to get started with this, they want to figure out if this is a good program for them. Maybe they have some resources at their high school and are looking to fill those gaps. These are some really great options for them. So each of these, again, comes with a 30-minute session with their planning coach, access to the Cooter account, and it all needs to be completed within 2 months. So this is not the 12-month, but for these costs, this is really, really a phenomenal option for them. And there are some opportunities for them to combine these options and save. So again, once you get into the nitty-gritty of being a consultant, of rolling this out to people, something like this is going to be really helpful for you to look at how this can play out for your current families, for your prospective families, all across the board. So these are all, some of these slides, this one here, as well as this one, are all part of presentations or standalone marketing pieces that you have access to in the consultant team site that makes it easier for you to be able to present and sell this information to your families. Quick overview, again, this is also something that you can share with your family. Basically, this is an overview of what the college coaching program timeline is like. This is often questions that we get when it comes to, you know, from the time that I enroll someone, when will it start for them? And the answer is typically going to be no more than 6 working days. So once we receive that information, as well as the payment information, the enrollment, you'll receive a welcome from the dean, which is me, that's welcoming the student to the program, giving them the materials they need to get started, as well as their coach assignment. 72 business hours from that email from me, the coach will contact the student and set up that initial meeting. And you as the consultant, as well as any parents or family members who are named on that enrollment form, get all of these emails. So you receive that. So there's no guessing. Did they get the email? Did they send it? What's happening? You have access to all of that through your Heartland email. And then they get started with their coach from there. So I think this is where Ryan might be stepping in.
Yeah, yes, I sure will do. Thank you, Megan. I appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here.
And I'm going to stop sharing mine so you can grab that.
Perfect. All right, hopefully you all can see that.
Yep.
So as Megan mentioned, my name is Ryan Gappinger. I'm the Chief Operations Officer at the Heartland Institute. But more importantly, tonight I'm going to be speaking a little bit more to the advisory side, because I also run a financial advising practice. And so it's important to know everything that Megan just mentioned. It might be a little bit overwhelming, thinking that you're coming in possibly as a college consultant, feel like you need to know all of that information. But the reality is the coaches are the ones that know all that information. Your job as the consultant is to meet with a prospective family, talk to them about the benefits of the program, just an overview, and then with the idea of enrolling them into the program. And so what I want to talk to a little bit here is just kind of the Heartland Institute of Financial Education. As Megan mentioned, it is a 501c3 national nonprofit. But what's the importance of a national nonprofit for you as an advisor? It's important because it lowers the barrier of entry. Instead of going in maybe representing a company, whether it be WFG, Transamerica, or any other particular company, you're coming in and representing a nonprofit. And so that naturally lowers the barrier, whether it's with a client or with maybe a company or anything of the above. The key piece is you will actually be representing a national nonprofit as a consultant. The real value of financial education is the Heartland Institute, which we call HIFE. So if I reference HIFE, that's what I'm talking about, is the Heartland Institute of Financial Education. It's founded on the principle that to financially educate individuals, but the idea is that education by itself is of little value. The more important is using that education to do something, whether it be better your financial situation or feel like you're more financially free. The Heartland Institute and WFG began a relationship back in 2012. We are now a referral provider, and so any referral fee that comes from this program will go through the WFG grid and count towards points and all that good stuff. So what exactly does this mean for you as the advisor? You've got a lot of information so far on the college coaching program, what it does for the student, but how can it help you? So the first thing is why become a certified college consultant? As we've mentioned many times now, you'd be a member of a select group that sets you apart from other financial professionals by representing a national 501c3 nonprofit organization. It provides an easier way to see more prospects. How does that occur? It's college, and college costs are one of the top financial pieces on any family's mind. There's retirement planning, there's college planning. Those are kind of the top two, depending on what age group you're looking at. And so just coming in as a nonprofit consultant for a college coaching program, it's going to help kind of ease those barriers and make it a little bit more easy to talk to families. It helps build trust and credibility with potential families or prospects. Again, you're representing a nonprofit. You'll be carrying a Heartland Institute card. You'll have an Heartland Institute email address. Instead of having it come from a random Gmail account or potentially a Transamerica account, you're coming kind of from that nonprofit aspect right from the get-go. Again, it provides a unique approach that allows prospects to ask for your financial guidance. How does this occur? In a couple of ways. So when you go and meet and maybe we discuss the benefits of this college coaching program, part of that is talking to them about enrolling into the program. What happens with the enrollment is there's a lot of information that's gathered that goes to the coaches to figure out, where the student might be, what the financial situation's like. And so this gives you a different way to see their financial picture and maybe come in and talk to them about some other products and services that they may need. We've had a lot of consultants who've helped build their team within WFG using this consultant certification. It's a great certification for really any level of financial professional, from the get-go getting their life insurance license all the way up to those that might have been in the industry for 20 or 30 years. And so it's a great way to start building that team. So generate additional income. We have an average between $500 and $675 US per comprehensive program enrollment. What that means is we send a certain amount, so each $24.95, which it is right now, a certain amount goes to WFG as a referral fee, and depending on your level within WFG, whether you're associate all the way up to SMD or above, is dependent obviously on how much you ultimately get from that. But at minimum, it's over $500 per enrollment that you'd receive. And then we have a lot of great ongoing trainings and connections with other consultants, meaning we do trainings every month, multiple times a month, both for consultants, new consultants, and then we also work with the new consultants on maybe making a connection with some of the other consultants that have been in the program for a little bit longer and might be able to help with different ideas in your area. We have quite a few different marketing materials. We just updated the presentation. We've updated brochures, and we have a lot of different flyers and different pieces that can be used. And in the world right now, it's a little bit unique. You know, we obviously have these available to send via email, since we can't really see anybody face to face quite the same way that we were used to. Those same materials are good digitally as well. So how to use the college coaching program to build your business. There's a lot of information here. Some of it's a little bit redundant. What I mentioned before, as a certified college consultant, you are now actually a member representing a national nonprofit. And with that, you receive a HIFE email address, as well as the opportunity to get consultant business cards. These business cards are coming from the Heartland Institute. They're not coming from a financial organization. And then there you get to put your title and everything else and contact information on there. You can host various college planning events. Right now, it's a little bit different. What we tend to do is go into different schools, other nonprofits, libraries, and get families to attend those. They're hosted as the Heartland Institute. And so it's a little bit easier to get in a lot of those facilities and whatnot. But right now, we've been obviously doing a lot of online meetings and whatnot. But once we kind of get back to the norm, hopefully here soon, we help you set up the events and provide any of the details you need on the nonprofit in order to get those set up. Obviously, as I just mentioned, hosting online meetings for high school age students and families, that's been a big thing lately. A great example of that is we have a webinar coming up on Thursday, I believe, that's going to be talking about kind of the COVID-19 and how that's impacting students and families and how do they prepare and what new information is changing, what they need to be doing. And that's free and open to anybody. So it's a great tool for you to invite potential families to that. They can learn about it, and then you can follow up with them after. And then we obviously would recommend you hosting your own. We'll help in any way we can with those as well. As we've already discussed, you can utilize that membership as a certified consultant to come from the angle of a nonprofit instead of from the angle of a financial professional or salesperson, depending on how some people feel. The overall goal is obviously helping them with their financial needs. So this isn't just getting them enrolled. The second half of that, which is a big piece of this, is being a consultant in order to see where you can help them with their other financial needs. We're all in the world of financial education right now. And so using this tool, not just saying you're a financial educator, but actually being a consultant who's a representative of a nonprofit, the name is the Heartland Institute of Financial Education, has been a great tool to kind of figure out other situations and how you can help that family. It's a great entryway for your team to get built. As I mentioned before, you can talk to other people in your team and help build that. And then, as I've said a couple times, the Heartland Institute is really here to assist you with sponsoring events, helping you get into schools and centers, providing these materials. As Megan mentioned, we do have a brand new website that's strictly dedicated to the coaching program. And so, we have a lot of great tools out there right now that you can use. And again, we're always here to help one way or the other. If you're brand new and you want to just throw some ideas back and forth, Megan and myself are both here to talk you through that. So the consultant role in CCP, this is where we've talked with a lot of current consultants, maybe newly certified ones, and what are their what is their feelings on the role? You don't need to be a college expert to become a consultant. Again, as I said, that's really what the coaches do. So coming in as a financial advisor like myself, I don't want to be a specialist in college planning. So it's really just introducing families to this huge need that's going on right now. So you go in, you meet with families, you talk to them about it, obviously utilizing the materials we have and the information you'll learn through the certification. If that family is interested, your job is really to assist them in the enrollment process, maybe explain some of the basics, help them get enrolled. And then once that family has completed the enrollment, the HIFE coach is then assigned by Megan and starts beginning working directly with the students. Pretty much at that point, your job as the consultant is done. You don't need to be an expert, like I said, to talk to the family about their needs. We pay the referral fee to WFG, and then you can follow up with family on all their other financial needs that they might have. We're basically, the Institute is here to help you succeed. Now, one thing we're starting to roll out is more advanced training on the advisor side. So that will be coming more from somebody like myself, who's been an advisor, who's used the consultant and has used the Heartland Institute to help build my practice. And so it's giving different tips and tricks. We also have various webinars throughout the month. It's called The Value of the CCP. And that's really for you to invite prospective families to it. And there we kind of talk about the program, the benefits of the program. You could follow up with the family afterwards, but it's a good way for maybe to get started, to invite families to that, so we can kind of do that benefit process for them and talk about the full role and what they can expect from the program. Again, you do not need to be an expert in college coaching. That's the job of the coaches. And so it's really just a referral and introduction to the program. Okay, so getting a little bit into the certification fee for this, it's regularly been $95. We're doing it for $49, and that may be indefinite, but right now it's basically because with everything going on with COVID, we figured there's probably expenses out there that maybe we didn't see, or income not coming in that we expected to come in. So we reduced that. And again, it includes online consultant training and exam, which again is all done online at your own pace. You get a Heartland Institute email account. You get access to our portal, which is a website just for consultants on brochures, marketing content, presentations, all the training videos. And then and additionally, you can choose to pay for business cards, which are pretty low cost as well. To get certified, you basically go to our primary website, which is hife-usa.org. I'm not going to read that whole URL there, but there's basically a certifications tab at the top, and then it's pretty easy to navigate to the consultant application. It's a pretty straightforward application. You submit that, make payment, and then within 15 to 20 minutes, you will get emailed the training, and you get to basically get started. And you can complete that probably in a weekend, if not sooner. It's really depending on how quick you want to go at it. But basically, then you're a consultant. You get all the information we talked about. We generally require to keep in the program, you need to enroll one student a year. That's in any of the options that Megan mentioned. Otherwise, a renewal fee is part of the process to make sure you're staying up to speed on kind of what the Institute is offering. And sometimes we have changes throughout the year with some of the options, like we just rolled out. But it's pretty simple to get started with all that. And as Megan mentioned, and for the same reason, with everything going on with COVID, we know families are probably struggling a little bit. So we did offer a $200 discount right now. For the comprehensive program. The options will remain their cost since they're lower already, but it's a great program to get started. I'll let Megan kind of pick back up here on some of these upcoming webinars, but just excited to get everybody going. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us.
helpful if you unmute yourself when I start talking. So apologies for that to everyone. I'm just going to actually stay in here because that was kind of the last bit of that slide. Those were actually some webinars that we had just done over the last couple of weeks. And so we've covered a lot of broad topics. Again, those are some really great things. You can find them on our website. When you become a consultant, you have access to those, again, to be able to share that with your clients. And so this is really a great time for questions and answers. Before we get into that, I just want to say thank you everyone for being a part of this, for joining us tonight. I look forward to what questions you have. So again, you can put those in the chat box, or you can just unmute yourself. Everyone's muted right now. It helps with some of that background noise. Again, I'm sure we are all pretty well versed in Zoom right now, but we just go ahead and unmute yourself, and you can ask your question either of myself or Ryan. Right ahead. Looks like someone is unmuted. I don't know if that's on purpose or not. It says virtuous occasions. Yes, great.
Yes, hi. Yes.
Hi.
My name is Rose. Hi.
Hi.
I was just curious about the time for the webinar on tomorrow.
This webinar with this topic?
Oh, actually the 21st, Thursday, the one for Thursday.
Okay, the one on Thursday is 4 p.m. Where do you live?
Eastern Standard Time. I live in Maryland.
Perfect. It'll be 6 p.m. where you are at.
Okay.
Yes. And
And
so
then
actually, go ahead.
I'm so sorry. You mentioned the value. It was a webinar for prospects to come on and just to see what the program was. When was that? It was mentioned, but I wasn't sure of the date and
Yep, absolutely. Great question, Rose. And those we offer actually 2 times a month. It's all in the consultant calendar. I'll give you the dates. But just so you all know, when you are a consultant, you have access to a whole portal of information with marketing and all of those. It's also got a calendar with all of our Zoom informations and things like that to make it easy to share. Our next value of the college coaching program is, I believe, next Tuesday, which is May 25th. And that will be at 8 p.m. Mountain Time. So that's 10 p.m. where you are at. We also have recordings of that. And then the next time that will come around is the second Monday of June. I won't pretend to figure out what that day is right now, but that one is earlier. So 6 p.m. Mountain Time. So that one in June will be 8 p.m. where you are located.
So you said that's going to be on Tuesday at
Yep.
10 p.m.
Yes.
So, okay, that's all right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Good questions. And while other people are thinking of their questions, just to let you know, I just secured a guest speaker for our webinars this Wednesday, actually an admissions officer, an associate director of a private university, who's going to come on and share some wisdom around what students can think about, whether they are specifically for our current juniors and seniors, but it can be applicable. I think we're going to see a lot of changes come from all of this. So that's just another added benefit to that webinar. That's on Thursday the 24th at 4 p.m. Mountain Time. Looks like there's a question on here. What's the cost for the exam? The cost for the exam is rolled into that certification fee of $49. And if you have to recertify, the recertification fee is also $49 as well, but that has the exam rolled into it. So Tess is asking, if a consultant has no enrollment in a year or so, do they have to recertify for the current year once he gets a possible enrollee? So here's where we're at with that, and Ryan can correct me if I'm wrong. But the way that we really work with that is that if we haven't seen any enrollments in a year, we usually give about a month grace period just to make sure that we are correct on our bookkeeping, that we then let them know we're going to be taking you out of the system if you're interested in this. And so then they would just need to either pay that recertification or really kind of squeeze in getting that student right there at the end. So if you have any questions, if you are a current consultant or you're not sure about if you are current or not, please feel free to send us an email, and we're happy to check your status to let you know what next steps may be necessary for you. What else do we have? How do we get people invited to the next Zoom? Suji, I'm curious which next Zoom you're talking about. If you want to put that in the chat, I'd be happy to answer. If you're talking about tomorrow's Zoom, that will be this topic for potential consultants. That information has gone out. You can also send me an email, and I'd be happy to share the link with you. We want as many people on to spread the word about the program as possible. So, so you can either put it in the chat here, for next Tuesday. And so that's also, if you go to our Facebook page, HIFE College Coaching Program, that information is up there as well. You can also send me an email. We can push that out. If you're a consultant, it's in the team site. May 25th for 10 p.m. So that is for next week, obviously May 25th. It doesn't feel like it should be next week, but I was just very shocked when I saw the calendar today and realized it was. That is for the value of the college coaching program. So that is what we like to call our virtual BPM, or bring people to meeting, right? It's an opportunity for you all as consultants to let us do the heavy lifting. I would go into more detail. I know you don't think that's possible, but it is on our college coaching program, how it works, and really talking to those prospective clients in a group setting, answering their questions, and then you all can follow up with them, being in their community, following up with those personalized recommendations, how you can provide these services, and really have some of those financial conversations that Ryan was talking about as well. So that is what's happening next Tuesday, the 25th. We offer that program twice a month. So on the second Monday of every month and the fourth Tuesday, we vary the times to try to hit all of our coasts. And for those of us here in the middle, we are out in Colorado, so trying to get that. So flyers about the program, if you're a consultant, you can get flyers through the portal. If you're not a consultant, but you're looking for something specific, you can feel free to give me an email, or you can send that email to, I'll put a couple of emails in here. So you can send an email to info@hife-usa.org. And I'll put that in the chat in just a second here. Is there a training list or schedule for HIFA training? We have updated it. That's a really great question, Wendy. We have updated that because of some of the security measures that were happening with Zoom. We needed to go in and update that link. So there was a password and a registration associated with that. So again, you can send me an email, and Ryan, we can make a note to maybe update through the WFG site, because we did just make that change for this month. Because Wendy, we would love to have you on for those programs as well. The Zoom information. So here's what I'm going to say before I see Lisa is probably going to want to ask a question. So here's what I'm going to tell folks. I am going to look at that type and talk at the same time. Let's see if I typed these right. So I just put 2 emails in the chat box. So one is me, I'm Megan Pickett, megan.pickett@hife-usa.org. Or you can send an email to info@hife-usa.org. So Lisa, what is your question? Or Leah, I'm sorry, I was reading that incorrectly. Leah Lynn, it looks like you might have a question. Maybe not. All right, we're gonna mute that again. It's easy to mute and unmute without meaning to. So if you are not a current consultant, but looking for some of this information to see what the program has to offer, maybe invite some folks and feel out your community, go ahead and send me an email, again, megan.pickett@hife-usa.org, or or you can send an email to info@hife-usa.org, and we will be sure to get you the Zoom links. Let us know the ones that you're looking for, and we're happy to share that. We definitely, like Ryan said, we want that to be open. We want people to figure that out or be able to navigate all of this. And if you like us on Facebook, we are posting about those things all the time as well. So you could kill two birds with one stone by liking us on Facebook and then getting those webinar updates as well. And if you sign up to be a consultant, you get access to the training right away. Within 15 to 20 minutes, you get the materials sent to you, and then it's a self-paced exam. And once you pass that exam, you have access to the consultant portal, which has additional training materials, some new videos that we have just recorded, the consultant calendar that has all of the information, and the Zoom information, so you can join as well as share that out, and lots of other information as well. So Wendy, that's a great question. So if you go through that process, again, it's self-paced, excuse me, and once you pass that exam, within 24 hours, if not shorter, I think it's a much shorter turnaround time, you get access to those other pieces. There's a question on here, and I'm going to do my best to answer it, and Ryan may want to jump in. The question is, do you have to have a license before you can get referral fee? To my knowledge, you do have to be licensed to be a part of this program, but Ryan is more well-versed in that, so.
Yeah, so in order to enroll a family, you have to be licensed. You can become a consultant without actually having a life license, but in order to enroll a family and to get the referral fee through WFG, yes, you would have to have a active license. We are currently looking at a couple other programs that WFG may or may not be rolling out at some point, but as it stands right now, yes, a life license is required in order to get that referral fee. But you can go through the consultant training without it, and then at some point get it as well. So.
Great, thank you. Okay, what other questions? We have a couple more minutes.
Hi, Megan.
Hi, Florence, how are you?
I'm good.
Good.
So my question is actually about the exam. So you paid the $49.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a review session on the website to prepare you for the exam? And do you take the exam online, or do you have to go to an exam center? How does it work?
I can answer
questions
to that for you.
Great.
Basically, so once you become pay for the consultant fee, you'll get emailed within 15 minutes or so the training, and that's completely self-paced. So you have access to that training anytime. You can go through it. Once you reach the end of the training, you will get the exam link, and again, you can take that at your own time. It doesn't have to be right after. So you can go back and review the training slides kind of at your own pace. If you feel like you're not maybe ready for the exam, go back and review it. And then once you are ready, you have several opportunities to pass the exam. It's not overly difficult. Again, this isn't an exam for you to understand every aspect there is of college coaching. The exam is more the basics of the program, the cost to the family and things like that, just to provide you with the material and information you need to discuss it with families.
Thank you.
Looks like there's another follow-up question, so I'll see if I can. Ryan, if you want to look at the chat, it's a little bit more about that life license piece and WFG, and you are again more well-versed in that. So the first question is, so you don't need to pass the exam for the consulting exam, I'm sorry, before you refer. Wendy, I'm not sure if I understand that. So in order to enroll a family, you do need to have passed our consultant exam. So it's great that you have a life license. That's going to take, then you're able to receive the referral fee. But you can't receive the referral fee if you're not a If you don't have your life license, which sounds like you already do, so that's awesome. And then the second piece is that you, to enroll a student and then receive that referral fee, you also need to be a certified consultant through the Heartland Institute. So both of those things need to go together to enroll a family and receive the referral fee. And then there's another question. Okay, good. Glad that worked out. A life license is not necessary to, someone is putting this as a statement, so we can kind of check on this. A life license is not, necessary to be entitled to receive the referral fee in accordance with the WFG grid. That's a little bit out of my wheelhouse. So Ryan, if you could take that or help explain.
Yeah, sure. The communication we received from WFG as a referral provider is that in order for them to get a consultant to get compensated for the enrollment through the Heartland Institute, then you do have to have a life license. And so we're just trying to follow suit with that. I know there's some different information out there, but we're just trying to do our best to kind of follow the guidelines that WFG has. We obviously have many consultants outside of WFG as well, but if you're coming in through WFG and you're an agent with them and you become a consultant, then they are requiring a life license. And that's kind of just what we're going on.
Great. So we have a couple more minutes, so I'll start the wrap up so we can be, oh, it looks like, do we have a question, Suji?
I have a quick question.
Great.
So how much is the training? That's my first question. And the second question is, how much is it to actually join as a consultant?
Are you asking about cost of those?
Yeah, the cost for
So
both.
it's $49, and that gives you the self-pay, it's all inclusive for $49. That is the training materials, which is all online, as well as the exam itself, which is online, that does not need to be proctored. And then once you pass that exam at kind of at your leisure, right, that you go through the training materials. And then once you pass that, you're able to you're a consultant and are able to start moving forward. So it's just that one $49 fee.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you. So this is a really great time for a lot of reasons, to join the program, to get more information, to go through that training process and the self-paced training and the exam, because it is lower. It's half price, basically, right at $49. And so it gives you access. Once you get to that exam, it gives you a lot of access to information. There's additional training for you to go through that you want to, not that you're required to. But for you to go through, which is really great that we have just been able to do. It gives you a different way, like Ryan talked about, to have conversations with families, to be able to meet their needs in a different way, to open that door as a representative of a 501c3. It's also at a discount right now for the comprehensive program for your prospective clients, and we're offering options for the first time ever. Unless you count last week when we rolled it out, right? So this is a really great, exciting time to be a part of this program, especially with so many changes that are going on in really kind of P20 education and everything that's out there, to be able to meet the needs of your clients, to be able to promote that financial literacy in a different way than before, and meet those financial needs and help them understand that financial education. This is really a great time to be able to do that. And we're so pleased that so many of you are here and are thinking about that. So any other final questions or comments, concerns that we can answer before we sign off? Can I get a client? Oh, that's a great question. Florence asked, can I get a client from all over the country? Absolutely. However, everything that we do can be done virtually. All of our, the enrollment forms are online. Our presentations, like Ryan said, they can be emailed out. They can be PowerPoint presentations. You can do Zoom like this. So however that works for you, as long as your license allows you to do that, and I won't get into all that, you all know what that allows you to do or not, and I don't think that there's any restrictions on that piece, but yes, you can get them all over the country. So there's one last thing, and Thus, I may ask you to unmute and ask your question. The question that you're asking is, please clarify the matter of, jumped really quick, about the life license requirement for HIFA consultants.
No, I mean, if you are dropping Ryan, if Ryan can clarify what he was saying about WFG requiring consultants to be licensed to be able to be a HIFA consultant. If that's the case, I'm not aware of that. What I know is HIFA is one of the platforms that we are able to refer, like for example, a new member of WFG, he can jump in to be a HIFA consultant right away, even before he gets the life license.
Yeah, he could go through the consultant and become a consultant. The issue that WFG has communicated to us is enrolling a student into the program and then paying a referral fee. They have indicated that person would need to be life licensed, and so that's kind of what we're going off of. I can certainly get more clarification on that, but we're just following suit. Yeah, so I think most of WFG is kind of trying to put more towards getting a life license for most of their programs.
I don't know. Yeah, just clarify that part. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So one last question before we log off is, if you are doing these presentations, the question is, do you do the presentation if you're giving it to an individual or a community or across the country or wherever that is? Do you do that, or do we do that? Typically, that's going to be one of the things that you as a consultant are doing. Again, you have access to some different presentations, different links, videos, things like that. Now, if you are looking for assistance, if you are wanting to have someone, myself or a coach, really, because we're talking about the college coaching program, not that Ryan doesn't love webinars, because I know that he does, but if we're really talking about that program, right, if you have a request to have someone from the Heartland Institute be a part of or help present that program, you can reach out to us and we can set that up. And we need a little bit of time to do that. And for those of you who are first starting out, that may be a really great option for you till you start to get the feel of it. But really the expectation is that we want to partner with you and that you will take that on as part of your consultant responsibilities as well. So. But again, if anybody at any point in time, whether you are brand new to this, whether you have been doing this for years and years, if there's a time that I or a coach or someone helpful can get on and talk with a parent and family, whether that's via Zoom or phone call, help with the presentation, clarify some things that maybe you're finding on the website or not finding on the website that you're looking for, please feel free to reach out. I can tell you that I spend most of my day right now right here in front of my computer. And so I'm happy to help as much as possible, or to connect you with a coach who can also do a lot of this, because our coaches have been doing this for a long time. So let us know what your needs are. Give us some time to set it up. You know, asking the morning of for that evening doesn't usually work out, especially given our time zones, but we're happy to help with that. So great question. Thanks for that clarification. Well, everyone, thank you so very much for joining us this evening, whatever time zone you're in. We really appreciate it. Again, we are recording this. We are presenting this content again tomorrow, Wednesday, May 20th at 12 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, which, you know, right now it's a little after 8 o'clock where we are. So if you want to join us again, or if you want to refer someone over here, we would be happy to do that. So, so thank you all again so very much for joining us. We appreciate it. We look forward to working with you as consultants if we're not already doing so. And I wish you a very good night. Suji, if you want to send me an email, I'd be happy to send you the YouTube link, which we get it converted in the next day or so. But yeah, so megan.pickett@hife-usa.org. I'd be happy to send that out to you. So, all right. Thank you everyone so much, and I hope you have a very good evening.
Thank you, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Good night. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Megan.
Thank you. Bye-bye.